Books
Now,
I plan to read in March. Books I plan to read in March. The first book I plan to read is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. This is a reread for me. It's the book that we picked for my Facebook book club called The Bookworms. How many times can I say book in just like a minute? Anyway, book. And I'm really excited to read this with the book club because the first time I read it, it was last year, and it was because a friend of mine said this was one of their all-time favorite books. And so I decided to read it, but I didn't really like it. And I have major issues when I have an all-time favorite book, like The Night Circus or Harry Potter. Throne of Glass might be getting up there. And people then turn around and they say, I didn't like it. I take it way too personally. And I know that's an issue with me because I know that, like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But it really hurts my feelings when people don't like my favorite all-time books. And so I felt awful that I didn't like this book because this is one of his all-time favorites. And so I really want to like The Grapes of Wrath. So maybe reading it with a group and getting their thoughts and their opinions and reading it maybe a little bit more critically will help me with that. I also plan to read The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. It is the final month for the TV show Glee. It's ending at the end of March, and I felt like in honor of it, I wanted to read a book by Chris Colfer. He plays Kurt, for those of you who don't know, on Glee, and I just love him. And I know I'm like the last diehard fan of Glee. I own it. I'm fine with it. It's okay. And so in honor of that, this is a middle grade book, but I think it's going to be really, really cute. It's like fairy tale retellings, and it is adventurous. So I'm excited to read this. I also plan on reading The Windup Girl by Paulo, whatever this last name is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I know I'm going to butcher it, and I don't want to offend the author. So Paulo, I'm reading your book. I saw this at the library while I was picking up The Grapes of Wrath, and I decided to pick it up because I had seen, I think, Hank Green recently kind of recommended it, and I see some other people recommend it, so I thought I would give it a shot. I also am listening to Yes Please by Amy Poehler. It is for another book club that I'm in with one of my favorite bloggers, Bonnie. I started listening to it back in January, but then when I saw that Bonnie was going to have it for her March book for her book club, I decided to stop and hold off until March. So I started re-listening to Yes Please this morning on my way to work, and it is fantastic. I cannot wait to really get further into that book. It's going to be wonderful. So that's what I'm planning to read in March. I hopefully will be reading other books. I know as soon as other Dresden File books become available from my library, I plan on reading those because I have to. And yes, that's my plan. If you have read any of the books I talked about in today's video, please let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I will see you later. I love your faces.